Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Lady T Let's Talk About It. You've heard of Martin and Gina, Whitley and Dwayne, Quincy and Monica, Corey and Topanga, and even Uncle Jesse and Aunt Becky. These were the original relationship goals who taught us how to love. But somewhere between the 90s and now, relationships have drastically changed. Joining me tonight are Miles and Alana, aka everyone's favorite uncle and aunt. Courtney, she is a hype queen, and Savian, aka, if you know him, Mr. Respectfully Disagree. But now also, drum roll please. Come on down. This just got me excited. The new 2020 quarantine graduate from Harvard of the South, Morehouse College. Everybody, let's support him. Either drop a cat emoji under the comments or say congratulations. Let's show him some Lady T. Let's talk about it, love. Right? So, I'm Lady T, and we're here to talk about everyone's favorite topic, relationships. So, let's talk about it. But before we do, some ground rules. No name dropping, because sometimes it get messy. We ain't doing that. And just being respectful, because a lot of times it can get real heated, but being respectful and allowing everybody to talk. For Instagram, you're going to hear Miles and Alana, but you're not going to see them. If you do want to see the interactions, go onto my YouTube page, but we will be doing comment checks on both Instagram and Facebook. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Y'all excited?
I'm excited.
Listen, relationships is like, it gives me chills. I love it. So, Alana and Miles, y'all ready to talk about it?
Yeah. Ready.
Most definitely. Happy to be here.
That uncle. All right, so the intro question. Would y'all be cool with your partner having an OnlyFans account?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Well, everybody says no but Courtney. Courtney, why you say it depends?
Because, there's some people that have OnlyFans, they just take pictures of their hands or feet, things like that.
Okay.
Like, if they're doing like simple stuff like that,
yeah,
and I got access to it, then okay. But if it's like all that extra,
But what if
nah.
I got a
Look,
question.
that's a coin, child. We can get them coins.
But wait, I got a question. So what if something happens outside of that? So what if, like, things start to build during that time where, like, they see their hands and their feet, and, like, you can't monitor that? Then what?
Oh, I need to be able to monitor.
But that is true. So for OnlyFans page, it's not just sex, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are people got fantasies, people have fetishes. I know one guy, because I think Black China is now doing a documentary on OnlyFans, and and this man does it of his feet, so he goes like this with his feet, and then he takes pictures. But they've made a lot more money doing that than a regular job.
I wish I could make money on my feet.
Get you an OnlyFans account. So that's what an OnlyFans is. It's an account that either it can be sex, but different things on the page, and people subscribe to that page. So, my favorite aunt and uncle, would y'all yes or no to the OnlyFans?
Nah.
I don't think so.
Why?
Nobody want to see Miles's feet.
Okay, Miles, why you say no?
Because I understand the feet and hand stuff. I don't care about that, but I don't know. Not of like having sex. Nah, do none of that other stuff. Nah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't let that happen.
What if it was like out? Like if we recorded ourselves, then what?
That is true.
Yeah.
So like a couples only fans.
Yeah.
Can't be.
Yeah, there are those.
Only I would do that if there was no identity. You don't know it was us.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, fair enough. So I think we're all kind of in an agreement. If it's not sexual, it's a maybe.
Yeah.
Except for Miles and Lana.
No, for me too.
Okay. So it's only a maybe for Courtney. Collect the coins. But you made a good point. So, do y'all need to have the phone password for the phone and My Eyes Only?
No.
My only.
Yeah, what is
It's
that?
not that. No.
Yeah, no, I just feel like if you should be. If I'm not secure or I don't trust you, I don't need to be with you. So that's how I feel.
What's my eyes only?
Yeah.
Okay. So my eyes only on Snapchat, which is another social media. You know you have 24 hours until things disappear, but it is a password protected part of Snapchat that is called for my eyes only. And a lot of people, that's where they put they nitty gritty.
Oh.
I
For my eyes only.
No, we do not.
No.
but I mean,
I knew what it was.
I don't think it's like a. I feel like once you get to a certain point in a relationship, I feel like it's like common known to like, okay, I know the password to your phone, whatever. It's not like anything. But like if you're hiding it after like months of dating, if you're hiding it still, then that's just sketch to me.
Yeah, I think it shouldn't be something that I should fight you about, but I'm also not like, I need the password to your phone because I need to check on your shit all the time, you know?
I feel like it's expected to like have that, you know.
Absolutely. Because I think we're in a group chat and we were talking. I think we were talking about that, and I don't feel as though we needed to check up on you. But if I were to say, "Hey, babe, Courtney texts you, you want me to text back?" Or if I'm looking in there for a purpose, you know,
Yeah,
like having that openness, but you can snatch your phone away or it's flipped over or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like we both in the group chat, like, you see what they talking about?
Mhm.
Like, I think that could be cool. And then Instagram comment check. Hindle says, or underscore Moroccan Beauty says, but you shouldn't be secretive. I definitely feel that. You shouldn't be secretive about it.
I
So, you know, we're talking about a 90s kind of love. Do you think they were more open back then? Why do you think we hype 90s love?
Because I feel like because there wasn't like all this Facebook stuff around, so it was more genuine, not genuine, but more natural.
like in-person quality time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So do you think because of quarantine we're getting back to that 90s love? Because even as of right now, okay, so this ain't say absolutely. But if you think about it, quarantine love, even if you meet somebody on a dating app, all y'all can do is talk to each other, get to know each other. You can't say like, oh, let's chill at your house. No, sir. Coronavirus.
I feel like I'm getting more annoyed.
Okay, why you say you're getting more annoyed?
Because that's all they got to do is talk to you. Like, space.
So what would you
Let me
want
text you on
there?
Thursday.
See, I feel like there's a pro and a con to like this quarantine, getting to know you kind of love, whatever you want to call it. I feel like, you know, the pro is, yes, you get to know a person, but at the same time, like, you can only do so much through like social media and like digital media content, because you need to be able to feel somebody out like in person, because you know you can vibe off person, and somebody could put something off as something else as someone else on a phone versus in person. They can't lie to you because you can see through that. If you did.
Energy too.
Okay.
Exactly.
Alana says energy. But do y'all remember, and I say back in the day, but y'all, we all under 30. But do y'all remember back in the day when you be talking on, because I remember I had purple Brat's phone. But you be talking on the phone like twirling the cord, your feet be up on the wall. Like, you were talking for hours and possibly about nothing at all.
About school.
About school.
Mm-hmm.
Or nothing at all. Like, I want to get back to that, where you just had stuff to talk about. So would you be on the phone with somebody if you had stuff to talk about?
It's too much. An hour max. I gotta go to bed.
An hour for quarantine?
Angie,
What are we doing?
I need 2 business days.
Courtney does need 2 business days. If she does anything outside of her normal, she needs 2 business days
to recover.
Okay.
I feel like if you have this is a good vibe going on, you can talk all day long. So I wouldn't put like
a time constraint.
Exactly, because when you connect with somebody, you know you're gonna want to talk to them about whatever it's be the paint and drawing your walls or the score that hits window. I don't know. We're gonna talk about everything because you just want to be with that person in that moment.
You just want to share whatever experiences you're having with that person, regardless how small or big it
So,
is.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe some of the people who might not be able to talk all day. Maybe that's not a good vibe going on. Maybe I don't know.
Or maybe they just don't like to talk and they don't really care about that too.
I mean, so Courtney's question was, is this every day? Not every day, because a lot of us are still working from home.
Then that might
But, yeah.
Yes. If it's not
But the crazy thing is, you're not the only one who said you're now getting annoyed from, like, the amount of talking that you're doing with the person.
Let me miss you a little bit. Why do you
I did that before. I felt like I looked stupid saying that.
Saying what?
Like, let me miss you a little bit.
But that's true. Like, distance makes the heart grow fonder. In the 90s, that's not what it is? Yeah? Okay. You looked at me crazy, y'all. But like in the 90s, you did have time to miss each other because you did work, you did whatever else you do, and then you didn't talk to that person until you got home. And then you had a lot to talk about. Because I feel like now we're so easily accessible to each other, we then don't have time or we don't have anything to talk about.
Well, personally, like, if I meet somebody, I always like to see where your head is, right? Like, I like to see if you're like interested in talking about like a social issue or like what are your thoughts about this? Like,
he loves to talk about an issue, y'all.
I love to like talk about things. Like if you catch my interest, I like to talk. If we have something to talk about. But if we're sitting on the phone, I'm not one to sit on the phone or try to say like, let's fall asleep. I'm sorry, and I hang up. But like
good at
like,
asleep on FaceTime.
Yeah, I can't stand it. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't have time for that. My battery finna go low, so like
I need
we'll
my
see
phone
each other tomorrow. So
you put it on the charger.
No, I don't
my
want to
phone
be
might get hot.
I don't want to hear you snore.
Oh.
I mean, I can't lie. I have fallen asleep on the phone.
I don't like that. I'll hang up. But I do like to talk while you're on the phone though. I love to talk about everything, see what you're interested in, see what I'm interested in. What do you like to talk about? What are you passionate about? Things like that. Like I'm interested in.
So now that school is over for you, do you think this quarantine talking on the phone or quarantine getting to know you is in your favor?
Potentially.
Because essentially, for the men, you also save some money because you're not going on dates, but you better get to know girl.
I'm not big on the man.
Here he goes. he about to
on the first few days, I'm not big on, me paying for everything. Because then I feel like that creates an expectation of something that I right now cannot live up to. Right?
Okay.
So, I feel
setting
like
your expectations.
So, right, like, I feel like we're going to start off slow. Like, if it's the first few days, I don't even know if I really like you. You know what I'm saying? But, once we get past that, okay, now I'm really interested. I don't mind doing for you, right? Like, I don't mind spending money. I'll spend the money on a whole day. I will plan the whole day. But on the first 2 days, I will not pay for anything. You're paying for your meal. I'm paying for mine.
Okay.
I am single.
I was about to say he is single. I didn't want to put your business out there. Miles, do you agree about, I would say, setting the expectation on the front end about what to expect?
Tangy, you already know my answer's going to be. I don't disagree with
I know, but you gotta talk about it.
I feel like, hey, it's the way things are now, the way society is, it's a norm for the man to pay. And I understand the wrong expectations, but like I feel like that's everybody. I feel like everybody's expectation is the man pays the first date. I feel like it's just common. And it's disrespectful, in my opinion. As a gentleman, I would feel bad not paying him personally. Now, I'm not saying that, hey, in a year she don't expect you to pay for everything. That's not how you have to be set up. Y'all can say, hey, I do this, I do that. That's y'all business. But in the beginning, come on, I think I'm gonna do it regardless.
Yeah. So, Alana, how do you feel about the type of man that you have?
I mean, I love him, or I probably wouldn't be with him anymore. But are you talking about like us going on dates or just in general?
So the date man that you have that he talks about, it's him setting his expectation with you.
Yeah. Okay. I will say that I'm not I don't necessarily expect the man to pay for a date, but the way Miles was so, I don't want to say eager, but it was like it was his own expectation to pay for the date, which that impressed me. I wasn't looking like, oh yeah, I'm about to get a free meal. Like it's our first date. This is great. Which I know like a lot of people do, and that's fine. Get your bag, sis. But I think it is kind of nice to know that like he got me, and like I don't really have to worry about like do I have to get.
That's a good feeling. Listen,
Yeah.
y'all listen to TT, Alana, and Miles. They really But that does take us into our next question. For each person, what is your ideal first date?
I would like the man to plan it.
Okay, so for the men out there, she's single as a dollar bill. You single as a dollar bill? Maybe not? No?
Unplanned, yes.
Oh, I was about to say, let me know. We need to talk offline. Okay, so what if Courtney says she wants her man to plan it? So whatever he comes up with, anybody on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, she's single as a dollar bill, you got to plan the first date. Do they got to pay for it?
I'm gonna come ready to pay for my own stuff, just in case I don't like it. I'll be like, waiter.
Okay, so you can have that.
Yes.
Okay, the Sabian, what is your ideal first date with a woman?
Okay, so like personally, I like to talk on the phone first to see what you're interested in. Like if you like hiking, you like the outdoors, do you like being indoors, do you like restaurants, do you like park? What do you like as a first date, right? And then like I build the ideal first date based off of the information that I get. So like
Gather your information, sir.
That's good.
So one time in the past, one date that I planned was we went to the park. Then after that, we went out to eat. After we went out to eat, we saw a movie. Then we got ice cream, and then back to our respective places. But that's just like
Come on.
So like I just like the game.
Okay, wait. So let's talk about that. You said what did you do first? The park?
The park,
Free. Restaurant, okay.
movie,
okay.
then ice cream.
Ice cream.
Oh, she got a 3.
That's
And part of the date was free.
Okay.
Because I feel like you don't always have to put money out there.
You don't.
But he gathered his information. Come on. Listen, y'all, recent graduate, he got his job secured. Y'all better hop on it.
That's the thing, they don't have to spend money. It could be like something creative.
I definitely think that's a misconception within dating. No, I mean that men think that when we say we want a date that you gotta spend money. But he said he gathered information about what she likes. You can make it happen.
You got to. I mean, like I like to be creative because I want I want to stay on your mind.
This man said he want to stay on your mind.
The first date is the first impression. You want
Yes.
to stay on their
You
mind
gotta take
and
that tone.
remember.
Because
Okay.
if
So
it's
I can
low,
go out to eat with anybody.
like if it's McDonald's, then she can get McDonald's from anybody. She's not gonna get that kind of date from anybody.
Come on.
Hello? Period. Miles and Alana, what is your ideal date? What is your ideal first date? Because to be honest, it's cat that ain't so quiet. They the ones.
I think I like doing activities. I think that's like a fun way to take the edge off and also get to know a person because you can kind of joke around and like you don't have to so Miles and I's first date we went to Topgolf and it kind of took the edge off because I suck at golf, so like we're able
And he is great at golf.
Very.
I'm alright.
He's pretty good. I was
Listen,
like,
y'all ever go to Topgolf with Miles? He's somebody Tiger Woods.
You will lose.
She sounds saucy.
We know from experience.
I agree with her. That first date was because it's not out of pressure. You don't have to like find a person to talk about something because you're having fun. And who doesn't like to have fun while like out with somebody?
Yeah.
That's always like if the conversation kind of dies down, you're still having fun while in activity.
oh my gosh, no! Our first date was the movies, not Topgolf.
Ah.
I guess
Well,
your
yes, they
first-
both knew.
I was about to say their first date didn't stay on their mind. But what I will say, they date a lot.
That's good.
They date a lot, which is
Yeah.
good. So for all the social media platforms, make sure, let me know what is your ideal first date. For the ladies on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, what is your ideal first date? For the men, what is the expectation you're going to set with that first date? Because that's important.
Tangi, what's your ideal first date?
What? Right now, actually, I really don't know. I really don't know. So I would take Miles' eagerness. I like that. I would take DeSavian's gathering of information. And I would take Courtney's staying on the mind. Mix that together, that's my ideal first date. It was one date that I went on, and we did like wine tasting. He ended up buying me the wine that I liked, a bottle of the wine that I liked, and then we walked around a park because we were pretty tipsy. And then we just went back to the house and like watched the movie. So that was like, it was thought out because I was like, dang, he just bought me the one I liked, which is super cool. But it went real south, and then he ended up drinking the bottle the next week. So I didn't even get to keep the bottle. But it was a really cute first date.
The intention was
The intention
Love
was.
those.
Wait, hold on, pause. So wait, you mean to tell me that he bought your favorite
Say
pie? He bought your favorite pie, but
And drink
he
wait,
took the
I
bottle
missed that
the same day?
So essentially, I was with him in his space.
Oh, okay. It was in his space.
It was in his space.
Got you.
You got to tune
I
into
remember
some
that
of the
one.
previous Lady T Let's Talk About It to find out that story. But I was in his space, and when I left and came back to my respective space, the bottle was still at his respective space. I told you stuff went real south. He ended up drinking it the next week. So I was like, dang, I really wanted that.
I mean,
I don't even know what the bottle was called.
I'm about to say, we want to know what the bottle is.
I don't know. I just,
well, maybe you should go to the same place and start testing.
ooh, that's too far away.
Oh.
Tune into another Lady T Let's Talk About It. For a reason.
Well, I believe
Actually,
that.
I lied. We didn't even get into a relationship. That's neither here nor there. That was not a 90s type of love, but 90s type of energy. Anywho, so could each person, what is your ideal characteristic of a partner? Do you think you have a type?
I don't think I do, but my friends think I do.
I wouldn't say I have a type. I would say I have things that I look for.
And they
Okay.
tend to all look.
But I don't specifically have a type. Like I look for certain characteristics, but not.
Okay, so what is your ideal characteristic of a woman and for the ladies of a man?
I would say my characteristic that I look for is one, like some level of ambition. You ain't got to be like super ambitious, but like at least some type of ambition there. Supportive, communicative. Like I like communication. Like I don't really like to be guessing where you are because that pushes me away from you for some reason. Like, I like constant communication. So like if you feel some type of way, tell me about it. You can process it. I'm not gonna say you don't have time to process, but at least communicate with me. So I can at least fix it. If we're gonna make it work, right? So like and I think overall just open-minded because like I need somebody that's not afraid to adapt and change as time goes on.
Okay. So Courtney, what are your characteristics?
I would say ambitious, kind of what DeSavian said, just a guy. And then good smile, teeth.
Okay.
And then goofy. I like to laugh.
Oh, adventurous.
Yeah, I like to try new
Adventurous?
things.
Adventurous.
Okay.
Mhm.
And that goes with the open-minded part, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Miles and Alana. I lied. I can't even ask you guys. You guys are your ideal.
I wouldn't take offense to it.
No, but on a second note, what did you guys look for, or what was your ideal partner before finding each other? Because I feel like outside looking in, you guys are a really great match with each other. But tell the people what you were looking for.
For me, it was, I guess I'm following the trend, ambition. That was my main thing. Hearing what you want to pursue, really like kind of grabbed me like, dang, like that, like, that's why she's pursuing to be a physician. So that ambition to help people, that kind of grabbed me, I guess you could say.
Okay.
For me, I don't necessarily have a type. I honestly try to go by how do you treat me and how do you make me feel. I loved that Miles is like literally one of the most chivalrous men I've ever met. Even to his friends, people that he's well acquainted with, he's just such a gentleman. all the time. Sometimes I get a little jealous, like, why you gotta open her door too? But it's definitely something I really admire. So
That is true. That is true. Being a lady friend, I have a lot of really great guys in my circle, and it catches me off guard because I'm like, you got a girl or something that, like things of that nature. But
yeah.
Miles is definitely top notch. He walked into my car before. Like James will go to lunch and all that kind of stuff. Like, listen, ladies as well, I think it's important for us to have guy friends around to kind of surround ourselves with those qualities to know what to expect.
Exactly.
Because I think from being so close with DeSavian, knowing how to articulate yourself was really like one of the big key takeaways with you. So when you talk about being open-minded and being able to communicate, I was like, dang, he really like opened my mind. I think I like that in a person. Or, for Miles, I'm like, dang, he's chivalrous for real. James will not let me. And I just look and I go, okay. It's a good lady feeling. What do you think got us to, or I'm sorry, do you think chivalry is dead in that aspect?
No.
I wouldn't say it's dead, but I don't feel like it's
Don't do it anymore.
Because I feel like with you two, and just because you are the two guys on the panel right now, you guys will do what you do for any woman. I think a lot of men now will only do it for the women they're trying to pursue.
Yeah.
Like, just what I said, like Miles will open the door for any female or ask to carry whatever upstairs or downstairs. Do you think chivalry is dead in that aspect of with the whole gender and not just who you're pursuing?
I don't think it is because, well, I think really it leans on how the person grew up. Because me growing up, that's how like my dad and my mom taught me how to be. So I think it was something like that, but I don't think it's dead. I feel there's still guys out there that still do kind of what me and DeSavian do. But I don't think it's very common. But then no.
Yeah, I would agree with Miles. Like, growing up with my mom, I grew up with a single mom, but my mom always kind of like enforced it in us. Like, she would say, like, open the door, hold the door, whatever the case may be. Like, you take out the trash, you do the line. Like, she was instilling that in us early as children. And then I saw like examples of that going on. So, like, I paid attention. But I think as time goes on, I think it is like diminishing, but I wouldn't say it's dead. Okay. Because I don't think it's as pushed, because I think as we push against gender roles in society, I think that's also something that's going to be pushed as well. Because like we're fighting for a lot of things. So as things progress, there is a give and a take in a situation.
Okay.
So I feel like a lot of like progression has a lot to do with how we do. Because for example, at Spelman College, I love the women there, but I'm not gonna lie, like they take it over the top when you try to do something nice. Like for instance, like when you hold the door, they would say like, oh, I can get it myself. I don't need you. I'm like, I'm just trying to be nice. I'm not saying that you can't hold the door. I'm pretty sure without me being here, you would open the door. Yeah. But I'm just saying that, like sometimes when you have those kinds of experiences, it's like, well, dang, can I at least be nice anymore? Just do a generous thing.
Do you think they take it for granted?
Absolutely. I think they do, because then, what's funny though? The same things they try to push against, those are the same things that they want. Which was very confusing. So, because like, I would be on the campus, or I'm going to a building, I will open the door, I wouldn't even go first. Like, she could be like this, some distance away. I will hold the door, wait till she walk in.
Listen, and then, it's so much pressure. When somebody holds your door and you like that far away, then I feel like I gotta do this little shuffle. I gotta show that like, oh, thank you, but let me like this little shuffle.
I'm not gonna do it like if you 2 minutes away, but if you like 30 seconds.
The second say he going in the door.
But if you 30 seconds, like I can wait for you to walk in the door. Okay. But I mean, if you're gonna fuss at me for trying to be something nice, I close the door and wait for you to open it.
And he's petty just like that.
Right, petty just like that. So, what is for the couples? No, not for the couples. For everybody. What couple, real life or Hollywood, is your relationship goal do you have, if you have one? So since we're talking about 90s kind of love, I think mine is in between Dwayne and Whitley. And I think Dwayne and Whitley right now. And it don't got to be a 90s. It don't got to be a 90s couple. Okay. The reason why I said that was because, did y'all see that one episode? I think Whitley was mad at him and she wasn't talking to him. And then he came back and he was like, he basically told her off. Was like, you can be mad at me, you can yell at me, but what you won't do is not talk to me. I won't have it. And he said, come on, woman. Hello? He said, come on, woman. And she was like, she told her girl, she said, I got to go. That's what I want. Like, that was, I remember clutch my pearls. We made me tingly on the inside. Did you clutch them tight? I don't know. I clutched. But, like, that was so cute. Like, he was assertive, he wasn't disrespectful, but he let her know, and he put his foot down. Like, phew.
I like Martin and Gina.
But why? I feel like everybody always says Martin and Gina, but why?
I just like their vibes together.
Okay. Because Martin and Gina went through a whole lot.
Yeah, I feel like that's my life.
Okay. You need a ride or die type.
Yeah.
But you like the goofiness.
Yes.
Okay. The same you have your start up yet?
I want to say, okay, I want to bring in like a new couple that I've been paying attention to. Okay. However, I do want to say I do agree with your 90s love, right? Like I feel like they had excellent communication, like they were silly with each other, they could do anything together, right? But a new kind of love I've been paying attention to is Megan Good and her husband. I forgot the man's name. But they are, I think that is a great way of demonstrating, progression while still holding values and morals, right? Like still keeping them, because I watched one video where they said divine. And so, like, I felt like there was one video where some woman said, you're going to make your woman cover up and all of that. And, like, he stepped in and said, no, we're not going to do that. She can wear whatever she want to wear. And Even though he's a pastor, he still, gives his woman autonomy over herself. And, like, I like that because I don't believe in, like, the whole man leading. Like, to me, there's a lot of problems that goes on with that. Like, it doesn't, I feel like a woman or a man can lead in the household. It's going to go back and forth the whole time. It doesn't matter. So, like, I feel like at the same time, so, like, I just like, 50-50. We have communication. We have a consented agreement on what we're going to do, not what everybody expects us to do. So.
Okay. Miles and Alana, do you have a favorite, or who is your favorite Hollywood couple? Or just favorite couple, period?
Barack and Michelle Obama is the way they meet them. That is my favorite couple.
Okay, why is that your favorite couple? Other than the fact that they are a power couple.
That is a power couple.
You can just obviously we can only get a glimpse into their relationship from what they post on social media and what we see on the news about their families, but you can just tell that the love and respect that they have for each other is genuine and it is honest, and I just love everything about that.
I can see that. I love it. Miles, who is your favorite couple or Hollywood couple?
That's what we agreed upon. That is
No,
because like when she said, I was like, oh wow, that is it. But I guess I want to ask something different. To me, it's I don't know. I think that Rocco and Michelle hit me, dog. It really did.
I can see it's mature. It's like Barack and Michelle are mature. They just seem like they're like empty nesting. Barack be out playing basketball. Michelle be doing her workouts. Like it just, I feel that.
I like that.
So Instagram comments, we have Cookie and Lucius. Love it for sure. That sounds like a Justin answer, to be honest. Justin loved him a Cookie and Lucius, but they were balls. Like
they were bosses.
This
But
is like a lot of drama.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
Toxic
Like drama. Ooh.
Very toxic.
To cut through, it just
there was lies. There was
deceit.
Cheating.
Then you divorced her in jail when she took a fall for you for 17 years.
But technically, I heard, and I gotta rewatch Empire, but I heard she went down because her sisters.
you know, I watched Empire all the way through, and I didn't see that part. I mean, her sister.
I think it's in the new season. But so we had Cookie and Lucius. We also had Russell and Sierra. I like them. Kadeen and Devello. But love their love.
We don't know them.
Yeah, big fact. Another one I like.
What I mean did Dwayne Wade and
Dwayne Wade and Gabby. That's what I was thinking about.
Too.
That right
So I
there.
was going to say that, but it was like, did he cheat on her? So I was like, never mind, I ain't gonna say that no more.
But I feel like all men cheat these days.
Oh my!
Whoa, time out. Wait a minute.
And if you say black men don't cheat, and if you say black men don't cheat, it's because they don't commit.
Oh wow.
Because I know a lot. I can pull. Yep.
Different.
It's cheating.
But we cheat because we cheat different. You don't what man doing.
That is
like emotionally.
That is
you gotta
fact.
Emotionally. Like I feel like if I just
that is true.
I'm emotionally like
men just trying to poke pokey hoes.
Yeah.
Y'all still have it all.
Hold on, wait a minute. It's cheating whether it's emotional or physical. But I would rather. I'm not gonna lie. I would rather my woman cheat physically than emotionally, because an emotional connection can be damaging as like all outside.
That's why we cheat less. Like women cheat with emotional.
I don't say women cheat less. I know a lot of women. I got receipts that like women be cheating. So like you know how many friends I have that are women from Spelman, Clark, Atlanta, and Memphis, Tennessee, and all of them say that they always got a backup. The fact that you always got a backup,
but as a man, are you setting that standard?
If we are going into an agreed relationship.
There's a new word. An agreed relationship. That is not part of the stages of dating.
A contract. Y'all signed a paper.
So wait, are you talking about cheating in the dating phases, or are you talking about cheating when we have committed? We said we are together, we are exclusive.
I told you, black men don't cheat. Listen, Alana, what you want to say? We need to cool down over here. We heated. He respectfully disagrees.
I mean, I think I definitely understand with you guys how you say it's different when women cheat than when men cheat. I do think men have more of a reputation of just kind of poking it wherever the attention kind of stems from. But I think as women, if let's say we may not feel like we're getting enough attention or like we're not receiving enough from our partner, then we'll seek elsewhere, as opposed to, oh yeah, like how some men might think, like, oh yeah, she's fine. I mean, why not, you know? But
both are still just as
I know, I agree.
I agree. Just as toxic, just as damaging. I'm not for cheating. Okay?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody makes a choice. Like you choose the person you're with. And I think that's why it's really important to do like the Sabian said, really kind of test those waters of if I like you, if I don't like you. You pay for yourself, I pay for myself while we get to know each other. Because I feel like, and I've never thought about it like that, because I feel like that's when, you know, you can walk away from this whole talking stage and you're okay because you didn't invest too much, she didn't invest too much. Like,
the only thing we gave was time.
Talking stage?
All you gave was time.
You know.
Well, when you get into listen, but that does take us into the next thing. What should
I have a pose question. So you know, like
ain't no posing questions. This lady, let's talk about it. I'm saying, go ahead. Okay. I'm gonna have to say co-host.
So do you feel like, you know, men and women, like, I don't want to put like any stereotypes out there or perceptual biases, but I do want to ask, like, do you feel like women and men have a problem with communicating? So, like, you know, it causes, like, sometimes, like, when women don't feel like they're getting enough attention, like, they'll talk in between the words instead of directly saying how they feel. And do you feel like when men feel like they're not as happy or they're not getting, I guess, what they want? Sometimes that's not the case. I do understand that. Trust me, I do. I have no friends. I do understand. And I'm a man myself. So, like, you know, but... Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, do you feel like that there's a communication block there that causes us to sometimes, you know, go separate ways instead of trying to come back to where it all began, which is the talking phase?
I think yes and no. I think for me, I think we give up too easily and we don't put enough effort into it. Right. So I feel like now compared to before in the 90s stuff like that. This is all about a 90s kind of love. I feel like before you had nothing to do but to work on that. You know what I mean? And you really worked on the foundation of getting to know somebody beforehand. So you would know their triggers, you would know what they like, what they didn't like, things of that nature. And that was the ideal thing, is to get into a relationship, to start a family together. Now, I feel like we have different values in life, and everybody is one foot out the door, period. Like, even when you talk about cheating, and even for women, when you said they have a possible right next, you can't, if you don't give 100% to somebody, even if you don't think they're giving 100%, if you don't give 100%, that means you're already shorted. Like you're 1 foot out the door. So I think yes and no. And a lot of people don't know how to articulate themselves. I think interpersonal interaction is a lost form in friends and men and women and women themselves. Women, we tend to use a lot of words to get to one point. Whereas men just, I think men, and I think you said it in another conversation we were having, I think at Justin's house, men have not been taught to feel.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you don't know how to feel, you don't know how to articulate what it is you are feeling in a most effective way. And I've learned that with friends, with boys and girls, men and women, all that kind of stuff. So that's my little 2 cents.
I agree.
You agree? Y'all agree? Because I think when you're with somebody, you learn how to communicate with them. So, like, for me, I started to learn to take pause and then say, like, sometimes it's just off the top of my head. But
think before you speak.
If it's important, sometimes I try to take myself out to say, Tan, what is it that you're really mad about? What is it you're really upset about? Why do you feel the way you feel? And then we could come together, and there's no emotions, there's no anger, there's no nothing. It can be a more productive conversation.
I definitely have to learn how to say, sometimes when people come to me, or like if I'm trying to speak to someone, or I'm trying to you come to me and you vent, I have to ask permission to speak. Because sometimes I have to learn that sometimes people don't come to you to talk just for you to respond. Sometimes they come to you just because they want somebody to get it out to, and then leave it there. Right? Like instead, of you trying to fix it or problem solve or give advice. Like sometimes they don't want that at the moment. So, so I have to learn how to say permission to speak, sometimes. And then I also feel like, that's one thing about me is that, and that's what scares me about relationships, because, and getting to know someone, because I love hard. I really do love hard. So like, if I'm going to like you, I'm going to put my all into it. Like I'm going to give you my attention. I'm going to invest in you. I'm going to support your dreams. I'm trying to do everything I can, to make you happy.
Should be.
But sometimes I feel like I don't get that back.
I mean, I think with that, you have to, and I think that's one thing we don't realize. You have to teach somebody how to love you, right? So you have to teach somebody how to love you, and sometimes it may take more than one time. But I think in that situation, to say, I feel like a lot of times, you have to. Every person is a new person, and I think that's one thing we don't keep in mind. You gotta love like you've never loved before, or else you won't get a different. Like that's that part of not giving 100%. Like you giving 100% is investing in what you want. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that comes from a different person. So
I think a thing that's pretty important. Sorry, Angie. I think something else that's really important is to seek to understand your partner's love language, because
love language. Love language is big. Did you and Miles do a love language test?
We actually did. I was like, hey, can you fill this out real quick? And our stuff kind of like aligned really well, but some of them didn't. And it took a lot more on my end how to show him that I love him the way that he needs to be loved, if that makes sense. So
but that's selfless. That I feel like that's selfless in the relationship,
Yeah.
I mean, but that's big. That's part of getting to know somebody. That when you quarantine and getting to know, talk about love languages.
Yeah. We got like an apology quiz, something like how you receive apologies, love language.
I mean, that's cool stuff to do. Cause okay, so Miles and Alana, or more so Alana, after you found out his ways that he needed to be loved, how did you go about altering how you show your love to him?
So honestly, it's forever a work in progress. I think his love language specifically is like acts of, what is it? Like
Acts of affirmation.
No, not affirmation, but it's like to go out of your way for someone to do something. What'd you say?
Service?
Yeah.
Acts of service. That's what it is. Acts of service. That's like after quality time, acts of service is his thing. And I'm usually not that I don't want to go out of my way when I'm doing something for someone, but when you're not used to it, it can feel like an inconvenience at the time when you're adjusting.
Yeah.
So it's still a work in progress today. I mean, I hope that you feel like I'm loving you the way you need to, but you definitely have to consciously make a decision that just because this is how I would like something done, it's not the same for my partner.
Yeah. So that's sacrifice, right? Do you think you guys do a lot of sacrificing with each other?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Especially on his end, for sure.
Yes.
You think he sacrifices a lot for you, or you sacrifice a lot for him?
Oh, I think he sacrifices so much for me. It's insane.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, but I don't like that motto.
But it's not. It's more.
Are y'all married right now?
No, not yet. But not yet.
Keywords.
Ladies-
Pay attention to his words, okay?
Lady T be knowing, so I gotta put a little mess in it. I knew what his answer was gonna be. Y'all couldn't be messy. I could be messy.
Ooh.
But sacrifice takes us into probably our last question, just because of the sake of time. I told you relationships. We can do a long talk about relationships. Yep. This is like part 4 or 5. I think every Lady T Let's Talk About It season starts and ends with a relationship talk. So I'm gonna definitely have to bring you guys back on. Because I know Hindle, who I think she was watching at one point, she was on, and I love talking to her about like child support and kids and love, getting her mindset. So I definitely gotta have y'all back on. So that takes us into the possible next question. How much sacrifice for a partner is too much? Example, you have a job you absolutely love and can't do it in another city, but they get a job that they want to do in a different location. What do you do?
Wait, repeat that.
Are we
one more time.
married?
Repeat that one more time.
Maybe or maybe not. So just the big question is, how much sacrifice for a partner is too much? And I think I'll direct that more so to Alana and Miles, just because they're the ones actively in a relationship. How much do you think is too much? Or have you guys talked about a too much point?
I thought we haven't talked about it too much point, but we have talked about sacrifices that we would possibly make as far like, for example, for me, let's say right now, I can travel down to Nashville to see her, right? But my job is in DC. So let's say she gets a residency in Idaho. I've told her, hey, do what you need to do. I'm just giving random cities, but I'm just saying, don't worry about my job. Worry about right now, you're in medical school. Do what you need to do. Go where you want to go. I'm in your work right now. Wherever you go, I'll make sure I'll be there. I'll find a way to get with you. That's my.
Listen, I told you they each other's favorite aunt and uncle. Your kind of love. See, now we all got 90s kind of love. We got a Miles and Alana kind of love. If you go to brunch with them, it's too cute. They too cute. So, Alana, how do you feel when he set that expectation with you?
I mean, obviously that means a lot to me because I'm kind of in a position where I can't be flexible in what I'm doing, or else I won't be able to kind of follow the career path that I want at the moment. But I do think it's important to make sure that although your partner is making all these sacrifices for you, you have to let them know that if they reach their limit to where it becomes more resentment, then I'm doing this for the sake of our relationship. That's when you need to have, a stronger conversation. So with girls feeling comfortable coming down here all the time and visiting me, that's great with me. I'm obviously happy. I love to see him. But if it was infringing on things that he wanted to do, or I was really cutting off what he had for his personal life apart from me, then I don't think that's fair.
Okay. So with that, would you would you be okay with losing your dream man if the sacrifice became too much for you too?
I probably,
So,
I,
how would you feel about walking away
from our relationship, like for my job or whatever?
Yeah. So, like, if he was like, dang, I do have this going on that I really need, how would you feel about that walk away?
I personally think if you are in a relationship and you're committed to the person, you don't have to walk away to make it work. So I think you should be able to find a common middle ground that, although it's not the most ideal circumstance, you make it work any way that you can. So I don't think you should have to completely give up either side or choose from an ultimatum. I think
that's true. I think we tend to down talk long distance relationships, but with the right person, I've seen where it can work. So like it was one person I was talking to, and like I'm like, nah, I can't do long distance relationship. I got a short attention span, this and that. But if somebody wants to, they'll show you that it can work. And I think that is big. When you have somebody who just like Alana, what you just said about me and you in the middle, like if you have somebody who's gonna want to make it work just as much as you are, I think that's super big. And I think Alana and Miles, if you guys follow them on their social media, I know didn't you guys just start a traveling Instagram?
We did.
The luggage between us.
What's the Instagram? Plug yourself.
At the luggage between us.
Ooh, that just gave me acid reflux. I love it. The love is between us.
Acid reflux?
No, I mean I don't love acid reflux, but technically, I think it was a chicken Philly, but I'm gonna just say it was them. The love between us, like that just sounds so lovey-dovey. But yeah, they started a Instagram about the places that they go, the things that they do, and I think you guys are, I think, one of my favorite relationships to see that long distance can work. For those who really know Miles, if he on the weekend, once he clicks clock out, that man is in an airport on the way to Tennessee to go see his woman. And and the crazy thing is, I have a lot of great men like that around me, but I'm like, dang, you're taken. Dang, you have two brothers. Dang, your cousin locked up. Like it was just.
Wow, they're in jail?
I mean, possibly.
I don't think you.
Jailbirds love love. They just want love.
Not for me.
See, and then you say I want his wife. Like now, I feel like Cheryl is saying, "You got a daddy? Like, what's your daddy like?"
Well, my brother. I don't know my little brothers how they're gonna turn out. I'm hoping the best. And my other little brother, he's pretty good.
Okay, so are you depositing all the characteristics that you have into your younger brothers so that they can work up to giving that 90s kind of love?
I try to lead by example, but also I don't try to enforce my standards on other people because I set high expectations for myself, and I know everybody don't like high expectations. Like
that's true.
So like I don't really try to do that, but I do try to lead by example.
I mean, but I think that's the best way to lead, especially for the males, because I think males can be a lot more hard-headed in accepting.
I mean, our ego and our pride really are our main things, and if we can get over those two, I think we can really accomplish a lot, and especially in relationships. So
Courtney, we all know. A lot of people know her as the Mamiana of the group or whatever.
Mamiana.
What kind of things are you instilling in your young prince to hopefully he can grow up to give that 90s kind of love?
Yeah, that would be good.
Right now, very honoring. So we're working on instilling it, okay? Making it stick.
You gotta make it stick.
But
you got time.
I want to make sure that because his dad is so far away, just make sure that he's around different males like Justin and DeSavian who do nice things for women and are chivalrous. So, and just trying to teach him how to be respectful.
Okay. So it's something you told me. It was earlier this week. It's something you told me that he started doing and he got mad that you didn't let him do. What was that? Listen, that's just right. She just forgot.
But you know
How
my
you
memory bad.
know that he's opening doors now.
Oh yeah.
This 4-year-old
He
is.
does. He opened the door for the lady.
Oh.
And what he say when you?
Oh, he get mad if we touch the door.
What he say?
He said, "No, I can open the door for the ladies." I said, "You open that door, babe."
So cute.
Listen, this 4-year-old is working on his 90s type of love. But listen, like I told you guys, relationship talk can go so far, right? We always got to come back to this. So, Lady T is a place, Lady T, let's talk about it, is a place to talk about it all. We could go on and on about relationships and still barely scratch the surface. We're going to try and work out relationship forums so that everyone airs out their relationships and get to discuss their mindset on it. And I don't know, hopefully one day Lady T can host a conference or something to that nature. Because like I said, it goes so long and so far. That is one of my favorite topics, just because everybody has their own perspective. Everybody has something to bring to this table. And let's keep it real. Men and women, we just cannot get on the same page at the same time, on the same line, the same pen. Like we just can't. But I just want to thank my panelists, Uncle Miles, Aunt Alana, Courtney, the hype queen, the recent Morehouse graduate, for all of you guys' insight, personal discussions. I wonder what these 90s couples would have to say after all these things have been talked about. What would be their answers to some things? I want to thank you all for joining me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I cannot leave without thanking Tyra Lockhart, who is thebomb.com. All the guests who joined me, Instagram. To be honest, I can't see you guys because you're little. You're little. Facebook, I love you guys. I'll see you guys today. But thank you to everybody who has kept up with me during this pandemic. It's been different, not hard. It's been hard, not impossible. But that is it. I'm Lady T. Let's talk about it. I'll see you guys next season. I'm gonna try to live my best quarantine life. That's it. That's all.